Okay, so I just finished my last Amnesia unboxing video about 14 seconds ago. It is June 7th, 2022, 7:51 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, and I said maybe I'll make a video about how I'm not feeling well. So I guess I'll do that. Let me get comfortable. This could take a while. Whoa. So it's June 7th. I've been really sick for 11 weeks. I'm not dying, I don't think. I thought I was for a while, just because I had no idea what was wrong with me. So, like, for about a month before we actually figured out what the problem was, I was just, freaked out. Like, is this the end of me? Problem turned out to be my thyroid. I have an underactive thyroid, hypothyroidism caused by my immune system attacking my thyroid. I use straws now. And it supposedly has an easy treatment. Just take a pill a day to raise my thyroid hormone level thingy, whatever. I don't know. But it hasn't been going quite as hoped. Medication hasn't been as effective as we were hoping for. I already had to double the dose after a month. So it takes like a month for it to be fully effective. So it took like a month to figure out the problem, and then a month of not being on an adequate dose, and it's now been almost a month of being on the double dose and still not feeling okay. It's a bit better. And so this all started March 16th. That's when my symptoms started. And just a quick rundown of those symptoms are the biggest problems are lightheadedness and dizziness, which are similar but totally different things. But it both feels like they're both head things, brain things. So and then along with that, I don't know if the thyroid is causing this, or if this is caused by just the lack of focus and dizziness, but kind of just cognitive impairment, dysfunction, whatever, like not being able to think or speak very well. It's really hard to put thoughts together. Some days I can't figure out extremely basic, the most basic problems. When I say the most basic, there have been days where I am hungry and I'm like, I'm hungry. I wish there were some way I could solve this problem. The solution, of course, is eating, but some days I literally can't figure that out for myself. Like, my brain is just that slow and non-functional. My short-term memory is really messed up. And I forget what I'm talking about, like, many times a day. Just in an instant, I'll be, saying, so there I was, sitting in the dark, eating a stick of butter in shame. What was I talking about? Like, that quick. Just in an instant, I'll forget I was even talking about food. Why is everything about food? Okay. Speaking of food, the other big problem is nausea. I've had chronic nausea since I was a kid, but I would describe what I've been feeling over the last couple months as 25 times worse than usual. To those of you who watch this series, my Amnesia Unboxing series, who've known me since I was a teenager, if you ever wondered why I couldn't stay in school for more than like a couple weeks, a lot of that was due to my chronic nausea, but I've kind of gotten used to it over time, and this is so far beyond what I'm used to. Plenty of stomach pain to accompany it as well. I've also been having skin issues, as in a lot of days I can't feel my skin. I can feel it okay right now. Not as much as usual, but like it's just rubber. Like I'll do whatever I want to it and I can't feel a thing. It's numb. I have like no epidermal sensation on a lot of days. Additionally, I'm constantly extremely hot and cold and inappropriately sweaty, and about 1/4 of days, this is probably too much information, but about 1/4 of days I can't take a shower necessary to rinse off all of that inappropriate sweat because I'm so lightheaded and dizzy that I can't stay standing up for 8 straight minutes. And the other 3/4 of days where I can stand up that long, a shower is pretty much the only physical activity I'm capable of, and doing that just drains me. My energy is just gone for the rest of the day from taking a shower. Extreme fatigue has been a big part of this. Exhaustion, fatigue, whatever. I've also been having a lot of like tingling in my fingers, hands, lips, tongue, and extremely cold feet. This has been on and off, but feet that get so cold that it hurts. I mean literal cold, the temperature, feet. I don't mean cold feet like I'm scared to do something. I mean, yeah. Tinnitus is another thing I've had as long as I can remember, but it's never really been a big problem. It's so faint that I barely ever notice it, and it's never been a really big issue for me. It's just kind of something I notice sometimes if it's dead silent, but it's been really loud and some days screaming. I'm not sure if that's related to the thyroid or not. Like, some of these, I'm not entirely sure if they're thyroid things or if maybe I have a secondary issue. I think I've gone through just about all of the physical problems I have and the mental thingy. Very slow metabolism, gaining weight even though eating less. But I started getting much better on May 2nd through May 15th, 2-week period. After I was taking my meds for 2 weeks, I started feeling a lot better during that period. On May 15th, I declared out loud, I feel smarter than I've felt in probably probably like since August or something, in months, in all of 2022. The next day I relapsed and just everything went back to just the worst. And so right now, over the last week, it's June 7th, so yeah, about starting maybe May 30th, 2 weeks into my higher dose, it started like things felt... Scratch that. Reverse it. Thank you. It felt like things started getting a bit better. Ugh. For a day or two, and then it was like kind of worst ever for a couple of days, and maybe an okay day. It's been a bit up and down over the last week or so. This week or so, 7-9 days, has felt like about 3 months. And this last 3 months that I've been having this problem feels literally like if I did not have any calendars, if I didn't keep track of the date, and you asked me to guess when this started, I would guess 2 years. It was March 16th, a little under 3 months ago. I do not want to have to say I've been sick for 3 months. So whatever the hell is wrong had better stop being wrong in the next 8 days, or I am going to be pissed. I'm already pissed. This has been going on forever. I'm the sickest I have ever been in my life. Not just because of the length of this, but I mean, every day is... it's literally... almost impossible just to get out of bed, and definitely impossible to get out of the house. That's kind of how bad it is. I actually want to be leaving the house for a change, and I can't. And it just won't stop. And I'm wondering, because the medication like kind of worked at first and then didn't, and is maybe now sort of slightly, maybe not kind of working. I'm wondering if I have a secondary problem that we didn't think to check, like I'll see my doctor in about 15 hours from now, and I'm going to ask him about this. Do you think maybe we found, okay, problem is with your thyroid, that's it, we don't have to look anymore. Maybe there's a second problem that we just, we stopped looking because we thought we found the problem. Maybe there's something else. I don't know. Maybe not. I'll ask about it tomorrow and see if my doctor has any ideas, if there's any other tests we can do. Or maybe I just need to take a higher dose of that thyroid medication. My thyroid antibody level is kind of ridiculously high. I think it's considered like very high, maybe not quite ridiculously or extremely, but very. My first blood test showed it at 59.6 international units per milliliter. And then after taking the meds for a month, it got down to 43.7 international units per milliliter. A normal level is less than 4. So I'll be getting my blood checked again tomorrow, and we'll see if maybe I just need a higher dose of the medication. Then again, I've only been taking the higher dose for 3 weeks, and it takes more like 4 to 6 for it to reach peak effectiveness. So maybe I just gotta keep waiting. I just can't, though. I can't. I've had enough waiting for things to work. But also, it definitely got worse a few days ago, Friday. It was just over a week ago. I called and said, hey, things aren't really going great. And my doctor's assistant told me, it takes a bit of time for the medication to work. If you're still feeling crappy in a couple weeks, then call us back. Or if things get worse, well, it got worse. So I ended up calling and making an appointment. And that's just weird. Why would it get worse? I don't know, but that's been my last almost 3 months. I've had a pretty bad health streak over the last 9 months. I'm just burned out. But at least I have plenty of entertainment to distract me. I had one other thing to say, but I don't remember what it was. Oh well. You know what a great distraction is? Bullet Storm. Not Bone Storm, not Bloodstorm, not Bloodstorm 2, but Bullet Storm. It's a game from about a decade ago, and then there's a remastered version that's exactly the same and doesn't look any different, called Bulletstorm Full Clip Edition. That is like just the most intense first-person shooter, funnest, most just bizarre, crazy, ridiculous, awesome game. The only way I can describe it is it's a first-person shooter, but imagine if Mortal Kombat were adapted into a first-person shooter. It's like that, because there's combos and stuff, like what do they call it? The skill shot system, where there's tons of different ways to kill an enemy. Like, I think it's 120 something different possible skill shots, and you can combine them to get more and more points. So, like, one skill shot is just, simple headshot. One skill shot is kicking somebody into a cactus, impaling them. Yeah, that's quite a jump. Or one of them is, say, kicking them off of a cliff. Gets you 50 points for the vertigo skill shot, something like that. So then you can combine stuff. So say you, grab someone with your... That's another Mortal Kombat-like thing. You have a leash that's like Scorpion's hook, whatever, spear. So you can grab someone with your leash, kick them into the air, shoot them in the nuts while they're in the air, then you get like 50 points for the nut shot. And then while they're in the air, you launch an explosive cannonball, blow up 6 people at once, and get the gangbang 50 points each for each person you kill. And then you also get a bonus for killing people while your first target is in the air. And then on their way down, you can kick them off the edge of a cliff and blast them in half with a shotgun, giving you 50 points, and then 50 points for vertigo on their way down, and then 1,500 points. Play Bulletstorm. Thanks for watching.